Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Em and my books are everywhere. I'm going to be traveling to Southern California today, and I thought it would be fun to do another traveling book tag. I couldn't find one that I wanted to do, so I just decided to make up my own. So this is the debut of the traveling book tag. And the first prompt or question is on the road again. And this will be a reread, either a book that you have reread or that you plan on rereading. So as I travel, it's going to be a long drive for me. I usually listen to an audiobook. I try not to listen to an audiobook that's new to me because I could get wrapped up in the story and maybe not be as safe in my driving. So I listen to something that I have already either physically read before or have listened to before. So today I am listening to Framed in Lace by Monica Ferris, and that is the second book in the Needlecraft Mysteries. I read book one earlier this year when I was doing my big comfort read of just rereading books that I already knew that I enjoyed. So this is the next book up in that series. Okay, so I made a pit stop, and that is actually question number 2. Pit stop, and this is going to be a book that refuels you. So it could be any book that either gives you energy and just helps you to keep on going. So for this prompt, I'm picking Gift from the Sea by Morrow Lindbergh, and that book is very special to me. I first read it when someone from my church, we were putting together like a secret sister thing, and she gifted that book to me, and I just have loved it. It's a slim book, a quick read, but there's just so much to ponder that it does fill your bucket. In the book, Morrow Lindbergh talks about how women's lives can get so busy, and that they're always called upon to do things, whether that's taking care of their families or any other work that they're doing, and that they're always giving, and that you have to refill to be able to have something to give. And that has always stuck with me since I read it. The whole book is done in chapters that have the chapter heading that is a shell. And this is like the gift from the sea, and then she talks about the shell and its characteristics, and then she likens it to different aspects in your life and how you can take a lesson from that. It's so good. It really is a book to encourage women and to let them understand that sometimes you need that break away from your regular life to fill up, so that you're able to go back refreshed and ready to give again and to do all those things that you're called upon to do. I'm back on the road again. So I was on my way to Southern California. I took a detour. I went to my aunt's house. I spent the night there, and I'm up early and ready to continue on with my road trip. And I'm here with prompt number 3, Detour. So what is a book that you didn't plan on reading that kind of snuck in there on you and you read it instead of your regular TBR? So for this, I'm going to choose L.M. Montgomery's The Blue Castle. I read this book for book club, but what happened was we were going to read a different book, and the lady that was hosting had started to read it and found that there was a lot of strong language and some other stuff in the book that is not normally what that book club reads. So she asked if we would mind changing the book and if we had any suggestions. And The Blue Castle came up as a suggestion, and it was one that I had wanted to read, but it wasn't on my active TBR. So I'm going to count that as my detour. I loved that book. It's like one of my favorites now, and I will definitely be rereading that at some point, and maybe sooner rather than later, because I really did enjoy it. That's a story of Valancy Sterling, and she is on the eve of her 29th birthday, and she realizes how little she has lived in those 29 years, and then she gets some news that completely changes her outlook on how she's living her life, and the changes that she makes are just wonderful to see. And it's just such a great story of how she turned her life around to make it something more of what she had always dreamt of. And the blue castle that's referred to in the title is an imaginary castle that she has in her mind, and whenever her real life is not as exciting, or just when she wants an escape from her real life, she imagines what her life would be like in the blue castle. And this is something that she's had ever since she was like a little girl, and in her mind she has grown up in the blue castle. It's just such a good story and so funny, and I recommend it. So that is my Detour book. Okay, we're here at the rest area, and this is prompt number 4, Rest Stop. A book that you reach for when you want something gentle, something relaxing, and that gives you that restful feeling. So for this prompt, I am picking Enchanted April by Elizabeth von Arnim. I have spoken about this in a video that I did about my favorite vintage reads, so I'll link that down below. But this is the story of 2 women that meet at a women's club, and both have seen an advertisement for a house for rent in Italy, and both of their lives have been pretty drab, and they're going through things in their own lives with their marriages, and decide that they are going to rent a house together. They're going to rent the house together, share the cost, and take a month in April to this castle and escape the dreary rain in London that they have been going through. And they both are trying to get more people to come and share in the expense, so that it's, you know, doesn't take all of the money that they have set aside for that. And it's just such a gentle story, and about the changes that these women go through once they get to the villa and meet the other 2 ladies that are going to be spending the month with them. All the ideas of what they want from their vacation going in, and how that changes, and how that month in that beautiful house with the beautiful gardens, how it affects them. So that is one book that I reach for when I want a gentle story that's just uplifting, in that it shows you how even if your circumstances you think are not great, they could be different, just in your attitude. And yeah, I really like it, so I recommend that. Enchanted April by Elizabeth van Arnim. This is a Pyramid Lake behind me. It's one of the places that I pass by, and it's just a lovely scenic spot. We're here for prompt number 5, Vista Point. It's a book that is either beautiful in the cover or a beautiful story. And for this, I'm going to pick At Home in Mitford, and it is by Karon. It's the story of Father Tim and all the people in the town of Mitford. Father Tim is a bachelor priest, or yeah, I think he's a priest. And this big dog called Barnabas comes into his life and kind of turns it upside down, as does the beautiful new neighbor that moves in. And it's just such a lovely story. I love the characters. It's touching. It makes me laugh. There's a lot of faith content in it. It references various scriptures, and I find that a beautiful book. Okay, we're back for another prompt. So this is always something that we used to ask when we were going on road trips when we were little, and the drive felt so long. Prompt 6. Are we there yet? So this is going to be a book that either is a long read that takes you quite a while to read, or that it just took you personally quite a while to finish. So for this, I am going to choose Belladonna by Adalyn Grace. And I talked about that in my last video. I'll link that down below. But my voice cut out, so here's a little voiceover of what I was trying to say there. So this is a story of Signa, and she is able to see and touch death, which other people are not, and she wonders why she doesn't die when he touches her. It's a very fun fantasy romance mystery. There are 2 other books in this series. I'm not sure that I'm going to continue on to those anytime soon, but I think eventually I will. So if you enjoy like a romantasy, this is a pretty clean one. I was so excited that I made it. I forgot to record the prompt. So prompt number 7, the final one, is Made It, the last book that you read. The most recent book that I read was A Stitch in Time by Monica Ferris, and it is the 3rd book in the Needlecraft Mysteries featuring a shop owner, Betsy Devonshire. In this book, someone's attempting to take her life and she needs to figure out who. It's just a fun, cozy mystery. And that, friends, is the traveling book tag. Please tag me if you do this tag. I'd love to see how far it travels. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you so choose, and I will see you next time.